Hey everybody, my name is Toby Bittenbender. Welcome to my new channel, The Journey So Far, Tales from the Treadmill. I just celebrated my 50th birthday yesterday and I had an awesome day. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes and all the encouragement. I really appreciate it. Thank you everybody that came and subscribed to my channel for my birthday gift. I really appreciate that. I had a wonderful day yesterday. Me and my wife April went over to my dad's. We watched the Cowboys win. And then she surprised me with Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction tickets last night. And the concert was awesome. It couldn't have been a better 50th birthday. And I'm back on the treadmill this morning to bring to you my stories of my past addiction into my recovery. And, I'm trying to skim through each segment because it all kind of happened in segments that led me to where I am now. So I'm trying to make them quick because I know we're all very busy in life, and I just want to say, I don't think that sobriety, everybody has to get sober. That is not what I'm trying to say here. It's working for me because I needed it, and if you feel like you need it, then this is probably a good place for you to be, because I'm going to share my stories of how I got here. But I do want to say, sometimes I go out and people are like, man, are you okay if I have a drink? Yes, of course, because I'm happy. And maybe twice in the last, I just celebrated 33 months of sobriety, and maybe twice in the last, 2 years and almost 3 years, I might have had one or two times where I craved alcohol, and it was only because I was really thirsty. So it wasn't because I actually felt the need to have it, because I don't feel that anymore. That is gone, and I'm so happy about that. So anyway, my prior video was got up to where I started drinking when I was 19 years old. I want to talk about the 2 years in between that led me to where I got to the green couch. I'm going to talk about that, the green couch. So in my teen years, I figured out that I was a songwriter. I started writing songs in the band that I was in high school with my buddies. We started playing shows. We played it on the Rocks, Dallas City Limits, the Basement, and we started getting a following. The band was called Acadia, and it was like 80s hair metal rock. I actually had hair, really long, beautiful hair too. I don't know what happened, but I started noticing that as I got better as a songwriter and we played more shows and started gaining some popularity, people in the crowd were singing every lyric to every song I wrote, and man, that's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. That's what you want to go towards, those good feelings, right? And there's a reason I'm saying that, because I'm going to get into the songwriting thing later on. So anyway, the 2 years between 19 and 21, I just played shows, partied with my friends, and it was a big party. We would have get-togethers, we would all hang out, try to bring girls over and all that good stuff, because that's what being in a band is all about. That's what, girls and partying and everything, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what they say, right? Well, it is really true. And, you're influenced by that, and then you become that. So that's what I'm doing during that 2 years, playing those shows. And I met a dude, and a lot of you guys know about this. I worked at Guitar Center, and I met a dude named Joe there. We formed a band called Jibe. And the reason I'm getting into this is because this is what kind of led me to the next segment of where I got to. So we met our bass player Sean. It all kind of came together at Guitar Center, and we started looking for a drummer. And during this time, I'm hanging out with Joe and Sean, and we're starting to write and do all that kind of stuff. And, they were partaking in stuff, but they never once, I just want to say, nobody ever really influenced me to do something. Everything that I ever did, I tried because I wanted to. No one ever said, man, you should try this. The only time that might have even gotten close was with the first time I got drunk, was because the buddy of mine wanted to just hang out with me because he thought I was funny. Man, we got to get drunk together. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. But nobody ever was seedy, man, you want some of this? That never happened in my experience, right? So anyhow, we're hanging out for a while. We finally get a drummer, this drummer named Ben in Tulsa that Joe knew, to come into town and audition for us, and he was amazing. He blew our minds. So that night, we were going to hang out. I think we might have gone and had a beer or two somewhere or something, and then we go over to Joe's apartment, and they were hanging out, smoking, and I decided I want to try it, kind of like that, what is that, don't do it, Dewey, right? I was like, I think I want to try it. And Joe's girlfriend at the time had gone to bed And I remember her peeking her head out the corner like, wait, what? Toby's gonna smoke? Like, because I hung out with them and they never asked me to, and I never asked to. It was just not a big deal, right? But I did try it. And I'm not here to condone anything, but I will say there are different levels. And I think that's why marijuana is becoming legal now. All over the place, and I think it should have been a long time ago. I mean, I want to be real super clear about that the agenda they were pushing with the whole, marijuana is the gateway drug is complete bullshit. Okay, the gateway drug is alcohol, and period. I never once partook in the green couch, I'm going to call it, because I don't know the rules here on YouTube. I never once partook in that and went, man, I gotta go get this, or I gotta go get that. It never led me to anything other than hanging out and playing guitar, playing video games, eating, fast food, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It never led me to anything else, ever. But I'll tell you what, alcohol led me to all kinds of craziness, and they don't push that. And that's the real question, why not? So anyway, I'm not going to get all political in here, but that's the truth, though. That's my truth anyway. That's what I believe. And the last thing I have to say about that is I believe it's because marijuana expands your mind and alcohol does not. And that's just a fact. Alcohol makes you stupid most of the time. So anyway, it's all just an escape from really what the real problem is trauma and things that you're dealing with. Anyhow. So yeah, I tried it, and next thing you know, that's where I'm going. And I got to be honest. As soon as I tried that, I was like, why does anybody drink? It's ridiculous. It's awful. This is fantastic, and that is awful. That's the way it felt. So I really stopped drinking for like 5 years. I might have drank a little bit here and there during that course of period of time, but the reality of it is that I didn't really enjoy it anymore because I thought it sucked compared to the green couch, okay? And the reason I call it the green couch is because that was kind of code word. I would call up my buddy and be like, hey man, you got that green couch? Did you still need me to come, help you move that green couch? That was kind of the thing. It was like, so that's how we did that, So anyway, the last thing I want to touch on is during that 2 years prior to the green couch, I did start smoking cigarettes. And I just want to touch on cigarettes real quick because through my period of life, I maybe smoked 3 different periods of time. There for about 2 years, into my 20s about 2 years, and mid to late 30s for a couple years, and then I quit and I've never touched it again. My whole thing about cigarettes was like, why do you do this? It sucks, it smells bad, it hurts your lungs, it kills you, it gives you diseases, and it doesn't get you high. So what is the whole point of the cigarette? It doesn't calm you down. It's like you know what I think, and this is a true thing, that when you are addicted or you're an addict, you're just as much addicted to the actual, the process of what you're doing. So the lighting of the cigarette, the smoking it, that whole the blowing of this, that's just as addictive as the actual substance itself. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that as well. But actually, like that 5 years, I was happy. I was writing music with my friends. We were, gaining popularity. Things were getting good, Our songwriting got better and better and better. Our shows got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the next thing you know, we start getting writers. And I remember, for some reason, Corpus Christi sticks out to me. We opened up for a band called The Hunger. And I remember having a writer, and I felt like that it was either the first time or it was the first time we got such a big one. We had like a bottle of vodka, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and a case of beer, and that became like a thing from then on. And it even grew bigger. And I remember going, well, I'm bored, I'm out of town, there's really nothing to do, so I drank. And that was the first night that led to my next issue. And I'm going to get to that in the next video, but I'll tell you that for that 5 years that I was really just smoked dog. I was waking up and going to bed, and I was writing music, and and it was cool, I'll tell you this too. I never thought that I was an addict. I never thought that I had an addictive personality. I didn't realize I was an addict until my mid-30s. That's when I did something that I couldn't stop, and I'm going to get into that real deep in a future video. It's coming, but So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here today. My next video, I'll get into the next process or the next segment of what happened along my journey. But I appreciate you being on the road here with me. And listen, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And again, thank you so much for being here. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know if there's anything more that you guys like. You're interested in something. You can ask me anything you want to know, and I'll do videos on certain subjects if you want to know more about it. I'm just trying to keep these videos short. So thank you guys so much again, and I'll talk to you soon.